Your monitor sucks, but don't worry. People are here to tell you whether or not it does before you buy it. MoviePass is now back, and GPU prices continue to fall. Let's get into hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news that I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast. And today's top story is some details that you probably want to be paying attention to if you're going to be shopping for a computer monitor anytime in the nearish future, because there's a new certification that's going to be coming out from VESA, who is a company that's known for making a whole bunch of certifications that make your monitor experience better. And this time they want to make sure that you know how much motion blur or blurriness is going to be happening on your monitor by bringing in the Clear MR certification. So CMR stands for the Clear Motion Ratio Compliance Test Specification, and will give a value to monitors that are coming out with how blurry, how clear are the images that you see, with the CMR value being between 2500 and 8500 plus, and that getting the CMR values. Now, this is only going to apply to some specific monitors. It's only going to be laptops with 90 to 120 hertz screens, not 60 hertz screens, as well as several other ones that are coming out, but having some helpful images for us to see what these certifications would mean. So with a Clear MR 3000 score, that means for every 30 pixels that are clear, one is blurry. If 4000 rating would mean for every 40 pixels that are clear, one is blurry. And you can see that it gets clearer and clearer, going up to 6000. And then the highest end certification is 9000, you can see right here, which is not quite as clear as a still image, but that's to be expected for moving graphics on a computer monitor. You wouldn't expect it to be perfect in a still image, but rather there's going to be some motion blur that's happening at any level. You can see some further examples of 3000 all the way up to 9000 with the still image being provided. But essentially what this is supposed to be doing is replacing some of the other specifications that we used to see, such as motion picture response time or graded gray response times as well, because those numbers can be fudged by monitor manufacturers, and it's not necessarily clear that they are the same from one manufacturer to another. So by going with the Clear MR rating system, you can actually guarantee that it's at least standardized across spec, and you can see, hey, my 240 hertz monitor, why does it not look as sharp? Well, because it has a Clear MR rating that's lower than another 240 hertz monitor with a higher Clear MR. So this could potentially allow us to have better, just more obvious understanding of what a monitor is going to bring to you, whether or not your gaming experience is going to be good, and seems to be a pretty good setup over all around. Clear MR is only going to be available for SDR content, not HDR, but they said that that should be coming sometime in the near future. But VESA, the organization, does appear to be advancing things forward for gamers, for our ability to discern what companies are making, and I personally like this. Let me know what you think of Clear MR down below in the comments, and I know that you think it's time for Cryptostonks. I hear you. Okay, because it is. Bitcoin's down 1.6% to be at 21,235. Ethereum is down similarly to be at 1597, and Dogecoin's down 2.7% to be at 6.7 cents. And I'm down because I haven't had my daily dose of Reece today. Reece, you got the hottest tech deals, my friend?
Good morning, Brett with 1T, and welcome back to UFD Deals. We bring you the hottest tech deals out on the internet. Today we got the Sony LinkBud S truly wireless noise cancelling earbuds going for only $148, which is 26% off. These little guys feature up to 6 hours of battery life with an extra 20 hours in the charging case and are IPX4 water resistant. And then we have the Gigabyte Aorus Gen 4 NVMe SSD. The 1TB version is going for only $99.99, which is $80 off or 40% off. Don't forget, you can find all these deals and more linked in the video description. But until Brett pays the ransom for their extra T, I'm holding on to it. So you guys legally have to call him Brett with 1T in the comment section, but I'll hand it off back to him now.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I can't believe you would say that about me, so long as it was a positive comment. If negative comment, see bad response. Anyways, bad response to the segue is, you cringing, which, yeah. Anyways, YouTube is rolling out a new podcast tab for you to find podcasts on YouTube, which makes sense because a lot of YouTubers are uploading their full-length podcasts to YouTube because YouTube rewards watch time. Podcasts is easy to sit through, especially if you're not physically looking at the screen, has high watch time. They get promoted a lot, and now YouTube's bringing out a podcast tab for you to be able to easily find podcasts, although some of these are a little weird because it's like popular episodes of podcasts and it has like actual podcasts, but then it has NBC and Fox News News, which are news shows. So like, does Hot News count as a podcast? Since that's kind of what I'm doing, like, it's just, you can listen to me on audio form, which, by the way, we do have a podcast only version of Hot News. You can check it out at the link in the video description. But it appears that it needs a little bit more work. The interface is really temporary right now. They're not even actually rolling this out to everybody, but it does appear like YouTube not only wants to get into the medium form content game like we have with regular YouTube videos, short form content like with shorts, but now also more longer form content like with podcasts or otherwise. YouTube continuously dabbling in the fields of wherever they can find themselves, and Apple wants to dabble in your fields of you repairing your own device. They're rolling out the program to actually encompass more devices now, covering M1 MacBooks, whether that's the MacBook Air, the MacBook Pro. You can get a $49 rental kit so that you can actually repair the things that are happening on your MacBooks from their self-service repair store. The pricing, not terrible for you to be able to do it yourself, but obviously you'd have to feel confident in making it happen. And so, but they're rolling out for more things, which I think is a step in the right direction for anybody in the industry, giving more ability to the end user to actually fix their own devices. Positive thing. And I don't know if this is positive or negative, but Elon Musk thinks it might be a positive for his case, because his lawyers have now subpoenaed Jack Dorsey, the former CEO and founder of Twitter. He's being subpoenaed for the trial. It's not quite clear what Elon Musk wants with him. Probably something about asking the behind the scenes of Twitter and bringing that up in court. Probably has something to do with that. That would make sense. What doesn't make any gosh dang sense, though, is MoviePass is coming back. In case you don't remember, they were a movie theater subscription service where you paid like a monthly fee and then you could go to the theater unlimitedly, but then that was not profitable in the slightest, so it got shut down, but then it came back, but then it got shut down again. And now it's going to be launching in a beta on around Labor Day, where it's going to cost $10, $20, or $30 a month. There will be no unlimited plan, and it's actually going to count towards credits at a local movie theater in case you want to do that. You can join this. I mean, it's under new management, and it seems like an okay idea at the outset, but it just doesn't seem like it's profitable, and like it keeps getting churned and churned. Like it's a fine enough idea that multiple people want to try it, but it's a bad enough business idea that it doesn't seem like it's worth even getting involved in this next one. Let me know if you ever had MoviePass, if you're interested or keen in signing up for the rebooted version. I don't know, but you know what I want a reboot of? Lord of the Rings, but I'll settle for the next best thing. Drop coming out with the first officially licensed Lord of the Rings keyboards, which when I heard that, I was like, no. But then when I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, you sold me on that. So they've got different languages. They've got a Dwarvish keyboard and they've got an Elvish keyboard. Then they also have amazing keycaps with the one ring in the resin. They've got Smaug wrist rests. This is phenomenal. And a different Dwarvish keyboard called Fortification. I think these look immaculate. And if you're a huge Tolkien fan, if you're a huge fan of Lord of the Rings, this might be it. Like this, I mean, Lord of the Rings nerds who are also into PCs, you can't beat that. It's pricey, one keycap going for 65 bucks, but to have the one ring, like that's a small price to pay. I'm actually really interested in this Dwarvish board. 169, that's not awful for a drop keyboard. It's got Holy Panda X switches. Oh, I love it. I love it. Let me know what you think of the Lord of the Rings keyboard down below in the comments. And what is also going down is GPU prices. There's new reports coming out from 3D Center on the pricing of GPUs over in Germany, and what they're finding is that the core of the 2020 GPU launch from AMD and Nvidia are now at MSRP or below. The core lineup has dropped 97% of MSRP over in Germany. Obviously, this can translate to many different places across the world, but what they're finding is, yes, GPU prices continuing to decline. It's coming down. The core lineup is below MSRP finally, just in time for us to get another launch of other GPUs. But in case you were waiting for this one, you can maybe have it. And in case you were waiting for me to do hot news, you'll have to wait till tomorrow because this one's over. But you can also wait for meme review tomorrow because we're gonna bring you tech memes and roast you over on Twitch. See you then.